In this demonstration, we're going to have a look at some of the LAMP email marketing features. I'm starting off here looking at a list view of a number of different email templates within this part of the system, and we can see we have some different emails and of different categories or types of emails, some just dealing with autoresponders, some to do with streams and steps, etc. If I just look at some of the templates, basically you can see that essentially we can have any layout of HTML within the template, and we can see here we can substitute variables from the contact records. So there's lots of different styles, and essentially you will be able to take an email template from an existing system or some of the publicly available email templates and very quickly come up with something that works in LAMP. So in this email, we can also see the lead scoring that we can associate with this email being viewed or clicked, and these scores are added to the contact's lead score. So each individual contact, we maintain that lead score. If I look down at the bottom of this email template, we will see the default email signature, the fact that we include the unsubscribe, and if I send test email, we can send that to ourselves, and I can view that in a minute. If I want to send out a simple batch-based email, I can do that by selecting a target group. In this case, there's 17 records in it, and then I can set the date and the time that I want to send that. And when I save this record, this list of names will have this email scheduled to be sent to them at the appropriate time. Now, in LAMP, sending an email blast like this is actually a fairly rare thing to do, but it is available if you want to just send out simple emails. If I look at that email that we received in the test mode, it hasn't substituted the contact name there, but we can see we've got a link here to a white paper that was included automatically, which is related to this lead nurturing white paper that's stored within LAMP, so we don't have to worry about URLs. We try to make things easier. This is the default signature, and we've also included a default unsubscribe link. All of these things could be changed, but it just makes it easier to set up the absolute basics. Let's move on now and just look at a contact and look as if we were going to send a contact an email. So if I'm within a contact record, and there's a couple of ways to do this. If I click on the email, up will pop up the email sending wizard, and I can actually go to the options and I can choose a template, and this list of template is restricted to those that are relevant to the particular project or campaign that we're working in. And if I choose that one there, it asks me, do I want to overwrite, and I say yes, and we can see here now that we've installed that template. I also have the ability here to overwrite this and edit the contact myself. Sorry, I mean edit the template myself, and then I can send that to this person, and that will then be recorded inside the LAMP system so that we have a full record of all of the activity with a contact. That's now been sent, and if we go down and look at the activities, we can see that we actually sent that email out to that contact. So we've seen sending an email out as an email blast, and we've seen sending it to an individual contact. But the main use of emails within LAMP is to send them within a campaign, and here we have a demo campaign, as part of a stream. And a stream in its simplest form is a sequence of emails that would form, for instance, a drip feed campaign. In the real world, they will tend to be more sophisticated, and contacts that are moving along a stream of emails may then move into different stream based on various rules, and you need to look at the marketing automation video to learn more about that. But here we have a stream which is called the unaware stream for the demo purposes, and that was set to fire on the 9th of June 2015. That has been sent again initially to this demo target group, which in that case consisted of 6 records. And what we'll notice here is we've got a throttle. Now in the case of 6, it's a very small group, but if we've got larger volumes of data, and LAMP can send essentially any volume, we've got a limit here, or a throttle, that says that we'll only send 5,000 a day and we'll only send 1,000 an hour. This can be very useful if you've got an inside sales function that is following up leads that are converted or responders to campaigns, and rather than having potentially hundreds or thousands on one day immediately when an email has been sent, this allows an email to be drip fed out over many days such that the sales team can respond sensibly to the incoming inquiries or responders. This stream has a rule, and that's covered more in terms of the marketing automation. But at the bottom we can see that this stream consists of 2 emails. If I click on one of those, it will just show us one of the templates that we'd seen a few minutes ago, and we can see here that email template is associated with a piece of content called 9 Core Agency Skills, which is a white paper. And then the second step, which is, we can see this second step here, is sent 15 days later. I can actually edit these time limits here, so I can control that. And this batch or group of contacts within the system will be sent this first email on the first day, and then 15 days later, or now 16 days later, they will be sent this different email unless anything else has happened to them in the meantime, which is part of the marketing automation and rules capability within LAMP. But this is a simple concept of a sort of a throttled stream that allows regular and consistent contact to be made with users using email marketing. And there's a number of ways that this can be used with different streams, which again is covered in the marketing automation. But I hope that gives you a quick summary of some of the email template and email sending capabilities within LAMP. Once we sent out an email, we want to see what response we've had, and if we go back to our list of email templates, we can see, slightly squeezed up here, we can see the number of emails that were sent or opened. They're either in one or the other here, either sent, opened or clicked, rather than this being all the ones that were sent and opened and clicked. So we can see here we had 4 click-throughs and 21 opens. If we go and look at the campaign that this email is associated with, there could be many emails that are then aggregated to give these figures, and we can see the charts here. We can see how many people have viewed, how many people click through, and if we click on any of these items, it will take us down to the bottom of the screen, and we can see in these sub-tabs here the detail of any of the contacts that have viewed a message or have clicked through. If I look at the contact and go into the contact record, and we look down into the sub-tabs of the contact record, we can see the activities of emails that were sent and when they were sent, and we can look at which campaigns a contact responded to. So we can see here that somebody viewed an email, they did a landing page registration there, or here they clicked from an email through to a landing page. So we have a full audit of what's happened. And finally, we can go and look at the campaign responses, and here I can say show me for a given date or for a given piece of content or an email template, show me all the people who registered or clicked or viewed on a particular email, so I can look at my, essentially these are web-based leads that I might want to call up, or of course there may be additional campaigns and emails that these are allocated to using some of the marketing automation capabilities built in within LAMP, which will be covered in another video. Thank you.